From the outside, he looked like just another taxi driver in Pietermaritzburg. But behind the wheel, he was a monster. In just over a month, he left a trail of death, rape, and horror across KwaZulu-Natal. This is the true story of Sbusiso Duma, the taxi driver who became one of South Africa's most brutal serial killers. Duma was just 23 years old, young, soft-spoken, and seemingly unremarkable. On September 9th, 2007, something inside him snapped. He picked up a man named Nkeku Zondi, a security guard for the Department of Education. But instead of taking him home, Duma drove him to a deserted area, then ran him over with his taxi. Once wasn't enough. He reversed and crushed him again, then stole his firearm and cash and left his body in the dirt. This wasn't random. This was the beginning of something dark. Just a few weeks later, Duma escalated. On October 14th, with an accomplice, he hijacked a car near Bisley.
In February 2022, the quiet streets of Mbali, Pietermaritzburg, were shattered by a discovery that would haunt the community for years. 4 members of the Leila family were found dead, victims of a brutal, senseless attack inside their own home. Neighbors whispered about shadows that moved at night, wondering who could commit such a crime and why. The Leila family home was ordinary, just like any other on the street. But that morning, the house was eerily silent. No laughter, no children playing, only the stillness of death. Police arrived to a scene so horrific that even seasoned detectives struggled to comprehend it. The windows were intact. Nothing appeared stolen. Everything pointed to one terrifying truth. This was personal. They say if you drive through Church Street in Pietermaritzburg after midnight, you might see a woman in white standing by the pedestrian crossing, waiting. Locals call her the Waiting Bride. She appears calm, holding a bouquet of dead flowers, staring straight ahead, like she's expecting someone who never came. The story goes back to the 1980s. A bride named Thandi was on her way to her wedding at the City Hall when her fiancé's car crashed just a few streets away. He died instantly. She never made it down the aisle. That night, witnesses say they saw a woman in a wedding dress walking barefoot down Church Street, sobbing. The next morning, she was found lying near the crossing, heart stopped. Since then, drivers claim to see her at that same spot. They say if you walk near the Mzunduzi River at night, you might hear a child crying, but you'll never find them. For years, locals have reported strange sounds along the Mzunduzi River, especially near the quieter, overgrown banks. At first, it sounds like a baby wailing or a small child calling for help. Many good Samaritans have rushed to the river, searching the dark water, but nothing is ever there. Some believe it's the ghost of a child who drowned in the river decades ago, forever crying for their mother. Others say it's not a child at all, but something darker, a water spirit luring people closer so it can drag them under. Fishermen claim they've felt invisible hands pulling at their nets, and one man swore he saw a small figure standing on the riverbank, dripping wet, before it disappeared into the water without a splash. So, if you hear a child crying by the Mzunduzi at night, don't follow the sound. You might be the next one pulled into the current.